Uh-oh.
Ah.
Now live on our channel. Hey. All right. Chug, 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 chug.
All right, I'm just switching over to us.
Hello.
Hello.
I am Travis.
Hi, Travis. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, I've been better. Let me take a look here. It's been a while since we streamed, right?
It's been a few days at least.
Our last, it's like 3 weeks ago we finished Lunar.
Was it actually that recently?
Yeah, it was. I just looked.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah, 3 weeks ago we finished Lunar.
Okay.
But how you doing? How you doing?
I'm doing. I'm okay. Dealing with family stuff as it comes. I got some family coming up, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But our house is a mess.
I mean,
is always
you have
nice.
3 crotch goblins, so I get that.
Yeah.
But no, yeah. Babies are fun. That's why I'm trying to have one.
They're fun. They're a lot of work.
They are, and they're a lot of money too.
They're a lot of money.
Yeah, the one we're trying to have is already costing us $4,000.
It's ridiculous.
So, thanks healthcare for not covering fertility shit.
Yeah, and then you know what? And then when people come in and say, "Well, if you can't have a kid, why don't you try adopting?" Well, I mean, yes, it's a noble thought, and I I'm very much for adoption. But
I am
like,
too.
it is like $15,000 to $20,000 to adopt a child in this country.
Yeah, it's bad.
Insane.
Me and my wife, we've discussed it. That is a route that we could potentially go, but the amount of money to adopt a child in this country is so ridiculous. It's more expensive than having a baby for a lot of people. I have pretty good health care. It's generally pretty good. It just doesn't cover fertility shit.
Yeah.
And like, my swimmers are good. They've been tested. But my wife being my wife, we've been trying for we're going on 11 months now. We started at the beginning of the year. And we waited until we were going to place financially, a good place, together. We own our house, the whole 9 yards. And she's closing in on 35, so she's being really kind of anal about her age, which I get. But they like hammer it out all through school. You have sex, you're going to get pregnant every time.
Yeah.
And realistically, it's only about a 15 to 20% chance, if that.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. It's hard, like emotionally and mentally on both of us. So, I mean, the lack of content, you could blame it on me. We've been having some things happening, but we're good.
You could blame it on me too, because I just haven't been doing shit.
I mean,
I don't want. You're not taking all the blame on this one, buddy.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna need you to carry this episode because I don't have a lot of notes.
It's all right.
Good thing it's only a very, very one and done game because you could beat it in about 2 hours.
It's a one shot. If you're familiar with the game, you can probably run through it in about an hour and a half at tops.
Yeah.
I played through most of it twice because I lost a bunch of my notes from Windows restarting and LibreOffice not actually having a valid backup copy. So yeah.
Yeah. Let's do the intro. Let's get into this the shit show.
No, it's called Sitescope.
It's called an RPG podcast brought to you by Sitescope Media.
No, this way.
Sure.
There you
Um,
go.
this is for the audio. 3, 2, 1. Hey everybody! It's that time of the week, that time of the month, that time of the year. It is the RPG podcast by Sidescope. How you doing, Travis?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing, sir?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. I know we just talked about this before the podcast started, but how you doing? How's everything going for you?
Things are going all right. Just been super busy with work and home. Got some family coming up from North Carolina this week for Thanksgiving. So that's a thing. But yeah, besides that, just trying to take it one day at a time and uh, you know, not die.
Phenomenal. I don't want you to
Yeah.
die, Travis.
Oh, I appreciate that. I really do.
I don't want you to
It
die.
means a lot. It means a lot. How you doing?
Not too bad. Not too bad. I mean, work's been starting to slow down as we get into the busy season. I do work in sales, so like my base salary isn't that much, but with commissions, I make up for it a lot. And this month, I've been at quota for like a week and a half now. Like I hit the ground running. I had like 66% of my quota on the first day of the month. So I'm just kind of cruising, trying to make myself appear to be busy. Other than that, yeah, just kind of hanging out, baby making as we try. I don't want to get into that again though. Travis, besides this week's game, which is a one and done, we've discussed this. We're going to be talking about River City Ransom. What else have you been playing?
Well, first off, I've been playing in this brand new Sparko chair.
I see that. Seeing you in that chair makes me realize how big I actually am, because you can't see what kind of chair is behind me.
No. Is it still your secret lab?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I love this chair, and it's a Secret Lab Titan XL. It's the big boy one.
Yeah.
And I'm a big dude. I lift a lot, but I don't think I'm that big of a dude. But sitting in, you cannot see the Titan XL behind me. I don't know, man.
I am 5'9", 150 pounds. I am not large.
I'm like 5'9", 275.
I am barely larger than like a large fryer from McDonald's. So anyway, to answer your actual question, so things I've been playing. Well, I beat Dragon Quest 11. So I'm on the post-game quests for that.
Good.
Which I'm kind of taking that slow because I just want to enjoy that. I want to go back and do all of the Tickington stuff.
The Tickington stuff is so fun.
Yeah, and I like how actually some of it like joins together.
Yeah.
It's not just like individual pieces, but like you have to go here to get this to go to finish this one. So I'm working on that, but I'm doing that very, very slowly, just as time permits. Been playing Disgaea 2 on stream.
And where are you streaming that?
Twitch.tv/SodaXBread. Where I'm reaffiliated.
I saw that.
Not really for any reason other than to mostly just get people emotes. I think it's just fun.
Yeah. I get that. Like, I like a good emote.
Yeah. I also have been playing Shining Force Neo again. I played Shining Force Neo for my channel, for my YouTube channel.
Back in the day of Let's Plays.
Yeah. And I didn't like it, like, pretty much at all. I thought it was, like, almost all of it was just not good. But as I'm replaying it now and not forcing myself to stay on a timeline, I'm actually finding it a lot more fun because I could just take it at my own pace. I don't feel the pressure to progress, and only like play in half-hour chunks. I can just play what I want when I want and just enjoy it. And I find it a lot better now. I'm also playing on my Switch. I am playing. I started up SMT5.
Okay, I played a little bit of that when it came out,
which is good.
It's really good. It's hard too.
It's SMT. So for those who don't know, SMT is Shin Megami Tensei. which is like I guess really truly is the premier horror RPG series.
Yeah.
And even Persona, I don't think really falls into horror anymore.
Oh God, no. No, no,
Not
no,
at
no,
all.
no, no, no.
It
I
did.
mean,
It did it very early on. I think 1 and 2 were still kind of heavy on that.
3 is
But
when
like
it really changed. It really
yeah.
did. Which
But
3?
SMT is yeah.
3, the full on remake comes out in like a couple months. I think February.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pending, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I ordered
Um,
the physical versions of 3 and 4 on the Switch
nice.
from Limited Run Games, so I'll see those in 2048.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm looking forward to digging further into that. I'm still kind of in the first area.
Okay.
And it's actually funny because like the going from Dragon Quest 11, which is much more simplistic,
Yeah.
going back into SMT is like, man, I forgot how freaking intense this game was.
Oh, SMT
So
has a lot going on it. A lot of
yeah,
little micro adjustments you have to make. But I'm gonna revisit that soon, I think. Um, as people may have seen on some social medias that I have changed my name yet again.
yep,
Breaking the backlog. Woo!
yay, break it.
But I don't know. I apologize. I don't mean to cut you off there. Is there anything else you've
Yeah,
been
whatever.
playing? We all know I'm
Uh,
the top dog in this podcast.
oh, you've always been the top.
I'm the talent.
Uh, yes. Just kind of to pass the time. Been playing some Idle Slayer on Steam. Just because like I played that a while ago, and I kind of got to the point where it was just like the biggest of brick walls. But I believe that was actually before like Ultra Ascension and Astral Ascension and stuff like that got added to the game. So it was just Ascension
Yeah.
and just kind of covering the board, and that was kind of it.
Yeah.
But unlocking new stuff kind of adds a little extra flavor to the game, and it's just something that I can turn on, play for a couple minutes, get some coins, get some gear, and then turn it off and go back to work.
I play maybe like 5-10 minutes a day. That's really about it, and I enjoy it still. I'm like 75 achievements out of 600 away.
Nice. I think I'm just like 200, but
and a lot of them are time ones, and I've tried to adjust the clock on my computer. Didn't work. Like play on Thanksgiving, play on Christmas, so I'm not gonna get them all in anytime soon. I think there's one for playing like a year, so it'll be something I inevitably get. But Idle Slayer, they added the Shovel Knight DLC to it.
Yeah,
or not even DLC.
Just the event.
Yeah, it's great. I think that's amazing.
It's cool. Yeah. But I think that is it.
Oh,
I finished Lunar, the Silver Star Story complete. I finished that a long freaking time ago.
Oh yeah, about a month and a half ago. You know what? I finished that like 3 or 4 months ago, to be honest.
Good for you.
Yeah, I'm pro gamer. Anything else?
Okay. No.
Okay.
No, I think that is it. I think that's it.
Good. I'm glad.
Your turn.
My turn. What have I been playing besides River City Ransom? I'm still been and Idle Slayer. I started playing Control on stream last week. I never played Control. Really fun game. The PC port of it runs like trash while I'm trying to stream. Like really, really bad. Like you were there when I have having issues where
horrible.
My stream output would look perfectly fine, but it would be frozen on my actual screen, and I wasn't tabbed out. Or it would be running on both, but it'd get like 6 frames per second. It's because I turned VSync off. And VSync fucking sucks. I was playing that, and then that took a back seat to Super Mario RPG. Yeah, exactly.
Mario RPG.
I've been.
It's not Wednesday though. It's not Wii Shop Day.
I know. I'm like 12
Wait,
hours in. My Mario is like level 25 already. I have most of it recorded. The only thing I don't have recorded is pretty much like me just grinding, because during work today I was just grinding to level up, even though I have 5 of the 7 stars so far.
nice.
So I'm making my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass, and I'm homebound. But then I also, this is going to be next Persona 5 Tactica.
Nice.
And then also, it was delivered today. It's just out of reach. I picked up the Dead Cells Castlevania for the Switch
Very
and
cool.
physical. It has all the DLCs. It was on sale for like $20.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, and the Castlevania DLC, I have it on Steam. Phenomenal. And I know what you're saying, Travis. Why did you pick it up on Switch when you have it on Steam?
Because you're Adam, and that's what you do.
And you have a Steam Deck right here. But I have a problem, okay? I own Persona 5 on Steam, PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 5, and Switch. I just buy games. It's what I do. It gives me dopamine to look at them sitting on a shelf collecting dust. And I was moving my shelves around, Travis, and I want to count how many games I don't have opened yet. But I'm afraid.
Just do it anyway.
I'm probably gonna. I'll make a TikTok.
Well, if you have breaking the backlog where you actually play the games, you should have counting the backlog where you just count the games.
I mean, I have building the backlog.
There you go.
I've done that on my YouTube channel a couple times. Maybe I'll do another one. But that's about it, really. I mean, Super Mario RPG is all I've been playing for like the last. Oh, and Risk of Rain Returns, that too, which I also picked up on the Switch and PC. In my defense, it was only $10.
It's not a bad deal.
No, it's not.
Risk of Rain is just a stupid good game.
The first one's better than the second one, where they went like from the 2D to the 3D. All around, music's better, gameplay's better, and now you don't have to do some stupid shit like port forwarding and all this other garbage to play multiplayer. And they added content to the first one, so it's cool.
Beautiful.
But let's get into Kunio-kun's adventure here.
Yes. Downtown Neketsu Monogatari, which is the original name of River City Ransom in Japan.
Sure.
Which basically stands for Downtown Hot-Blooded Story.
Yeah, sure.
It sounds better in Japanese than if you convert it.
It does.
To English.
It really does. I mean, what is the Japanese for like River City Girls?
I don't know.
Talk about the game. I want to look that up.
Probably Downtown Neketsu, whatever girls is in Japanese. Which I don't know. My studies never really got that far.
It is Neketsu Koha Kunio Kun Gaiden Riba Shiti Karuza, which translates to Hot-Blooded Tough Guy Kunio Side Story River City Girls. That's great.
I need to stop typing on the cast because my keyboard is loud as hell.
It's okay. It's okay. So while you're typing, you can see how my camera or my mic is now changed. It's not above me. Yes. So this isn't related to River City Girls, River City Ransom, but I'm going to go on a rant here because I was just looking at it. So here, in this little hole back here, there's a bolt that goes through this post and connects to the washer that you spin to connect it to the boom arm.
Yeah.
That bolt has been coming loose for a while. And it's such a pain in the ass to tighten. And finally, I'm like, okay, I went downstairs. I got my Allen keys, and I had dinner with the wife. We kind of relaxed for a little bit. And I came into my game room here after dinner and everything, and my mic was no longer connected to the boom arm. It was just dangling by this wire here.
Jeez. So
me being the angry person that I am, I tightened it a little too much. And this where you plug in the XLR is connected to the tube that the bolt goes in, and my boom arm has little knobs here, so it has to go a certain way, and I had to readjust the whole boom arm. to make it fit. So now
Well
it's
done.
flipped up. It's flipped all around. Go me. I'm a handyman.
I mean, I could also just like take my mic and put it literally anywhere in the neighborhood, and it'll pick me up just as well.
Yeah, you could like bring it up to my house and you could go
Yeah,
home. I
like
mean,
I've been using this Yeti for like 10 years,
yeah, that's about when I got
and I think it's
mine.
still really tasty. So,
Like Yetis have always been really good. I got my
I
let's
mean, they're
see.
super sensitive, but
Let's see. I got mine probably 10.5 years ago. Today is the anniversary for when I went into the hospital before I had the stroke, and I had the Yeti before I went in the hospital. So, yeah, go me. I'm alive. River City Ransom. Let's go.
yes. All right. So Naketsu Monogatari, yeah, downtown Naketsu Monogatari. Yes, River City Ransom. This game is the story um, of Alex, who's or I always forget which one was the actual. Is like the first player.
Yeah,
Ryan. Ryan.
yeah, I believe
Ryan.
Ryan.
Ryan. Ryan. So
Um,
yes, Ryan's girl gets abducted, gets kidnapped by a villain named Slick. Slick is Ryan is a student um at Cross City High,
mhm, mhm.
and
It's
Slick is
Crosstown High, by the way.
Crosstown. I'm sorry.
Yeah, get it
And
right.
then
We're
Slick is
professionals.
a Slick is a roof dwelling idiot from River City High.
Mhm.
So the premise of the game is you almost kind of like a Odysseus kind of trek across the city to go fight Slick and get your girl back.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty like, it's kind of like an open world, to be honest with you. There's a lot you could really do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
There's nothing stopping you going like traveling back and forth, back and forth, back and forth as much as you want to, which is kind of cool
yeah, and
for that
there's
age.
what are some of the locations besides Crosstown High?
Sticksville.
There's two Sticksville, two
You
different
got
screens.
yeah, you got Sherman Park. You got
The mall. What is it? Grotto Mall,
you got Grotto Mall, Flatiron Mall,
Waterfront Mall.
Waterfront Mall, and
You have the bridge.
Oak Oaktown Mall.
Yeah,
Oaktown, Oaktown.
that's
Yeah, you got
Oakland.
the
Yeah.
bridge. You got yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of different environments. There's a warehouse. There's an old tire factory.
Tire is the best weapon in the game, by the way.
No, it's not. The chain is.
Tire for life.
We'll fight it. We'll fight over this as we get there. But
I'll make you a deal. We'll meet up. You can throw a chain at me, and I'll throw a tire at you.
oh, I don't throw anything.
And then we'll see. No, that's dumb. We have to compare. I mean, and then after the throwing, I will beat you with a tire, and you
And
can,
I will beat you with a chain.
and we'll see who walks out.
I don't think either of us will, to be quite honest.
Probably not.
Yeah.
Honestly, probably not. But I'm excited.
Yeah.
I get to swing first, though. I think that's
Well, that's
fair.
hardly fair. Yeah.
You're older. You have more experience.
You weigh 125 pounds more than I
What do you
do.
call me, fat?
No. How much you bench?
285.
Yeah, I bench like 6.5 grams.
That's a lot.
But yeah, so jumping into the game, this game actually starts off kind of weird. Because most games you start it up, it starts off with like the like a studio intro screen and then the title screen for the game. This starts off with um the basically your menu. You select your amount of players, so one or two, and then you select who each player is going to be if so chosen. But if you play one, you can pick either Alex or Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, so like you pick that, and then you go to the next screen, which is actually kind of cool because it's two menus, like it's two selections on one screen, but instead of it going like you select this and move on to the next one, it's your vertical choice is your menu speed, and your horizontal choice is your difficulty.
Mhm.
So you're choosing both at the same time, just with up
Yeah,
down or left right, and I think that's actually really really cool.
it's cool, but it messes with a lot of people, I think. Like
I
I
don't think
honestly think
people
that
don't
would.
expect it.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I played through this for the cast, because I started and stopped it a bunch of times. I was really high, and I picked the wrong stuff because I was getting rocked. It's not on the harder difficulties. It's hard.
It is. You get hurt pretty bad.
Yeah, the guy hit me with a wombo combo. I think he said some racial slurs, and then he called me a guaylo round eye, and then my switch turned off.
It's a wild time. It is an absolutely wild game. See, I played it on my PC. So thankfully, I was playing the original NES version where they
Illegally.
didn't have. Well, they didn't have. No, I own the game, but
Illegal. I'm
you're
telling
illegal.
Nintendo.
Fine, do it. I don't care. Have them shut down the cast.
They're gonna
Whatever.
come and take your kids.
Well, then they can deal with them.
I mean,
Whatever.
it's a win-win. Anyway, so
Yeah.
let's get into the meat of the game though. So we start. You just kind of beat a bunch of people up in Crosstown High.
Yeah, you start off the guys here. The gang that you fight in the first screen, the first couple of screens, are usually the generic dudes.
Yeah.
They are the the simplest of all of them. They don't give much cash when you beat them down, but they are easy. They ease you into the game, so
Yeah.
makes sense.
We have a couple of screens here. I think we have 3 or 4 screens before we get to our actual first boss fight of Moose.
Yeah, we so first off we go through the first two areas, and then we get to Grotto Mall.
Mhm.
And this is the spot where I tend to grind just a little bit.
Got to buy Dragon Feet.
Gotta get Dragon Feet. I gotta get Dragon Feet. Dragon Feet is my bread and butter.
That's everybody's bread and butter. There's people that haven't
yeah.
played the game that's their bread and butter. They just don't know it yet.
And then if somebody picks Stone Punch, then it's just or Stone Fist. There's nothing. I have nothing to say to this.
Those are people we don't need that negativity in our life. All right.
Exactly. So that's why we don't have any of those people on our cast, because it's just not.
Yeah, we go to Grotto Mall. We pick up Dragon Feet. I actually grinded to get both.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to say this word, but I'm a completionist. But yeah, no, and then we go back to Sticksville, and we fight Moose. He's pretty easy.
Yeah, like 3 kicks.
Yeah,
and he's down. And then pretty much then we're at the second mall already.
Yeah, and then we go to Waterfront Mall.
Yes. This is a really good place to start grinding for stats.
Yeah, get some milk.
The sushi bar, the sushi bar back at Grotto is really good, but then also, here you've got Chez Wale's, you've got Mao's, and you've got Merv's Burger Joint.
Yeah,
really good selection here.
I get a lot of milk from Merv because it's refreshing, and it gives me my HP back.
And it does a body good.
Yeah, frankly, I milk it myself right from Merv.
Yeah. From the teat of Merv.
That's not a teat. He's a man.
Men have teats.
Yeah, but nothing comes out of man teats. Get where this is going.
It could be.
Nah, it's Merv's creamy goo.
I thought he served burgers at his place.
He does, but he also has milk.
You're weird.
I try. I'm the talent.
All right, so after we head out of Waterfront Mall, we encounter Roxy on the bridge. Roxy is Slick's girl, and she tells us all about what Slick has done, and the fact that there are twins that actually did the kidnapping.
Yeah.
Randy and
Randy.
Sandy. Landy.
I forget. Russell.
It's Randall and Andrew.
I was close.
Um, and yeah, so like so she kind of lays out our actual, kind of our goal, or or some kind of foreshadowing as to who we're gonna have to, fight down the line.
Yeah, we got to go to River City High.
Yep.
And after we speak to Roxy, we fight Benny and Clyde.
Benny and Clyde.
Um,
Not not too difficult. They are. I forget what like technically what gang they're in, but
I don't remember. They got sticks. They have a stick and brass knuckles. I remember that.
Yeah, and they're not too bad, but if you do if you're not paying attention and you're not staying on top of like killing one before they stop talking, um, they can give you a little bit of a headache, but it's not too bad.
You know what I wish they did? I wish they put it in where it was like in Turtles in Time on the ship where Bebop and Rocksteady will beat the shit out of each other. I wish you could do that in other games like this. That'd be cool.
Yeah, like if you lured one into throwing a stick at the other will turn around and punch the other guy in the face.
Exactly.
Like, that'd be great. Yeah, that would be great.
Like we need that in more games. Like River City Ransom.
That like honestly, a game that I think that would like work very, very well in would be Cyberpunk.
So Cyberpunk has
to be great.
That I've seen people fighting in Cyberpunk. I've had a lot of weird experiences in that game. It's interesting. But Cyberpunk, there's a lot of boobs.
There's much boob.
Yeah, very very boob. It's boobular, as the kids would say.
Is.
That's a technical term.
Bodily boobular.
Yeah. Anyway, after we fight Benny and Clyde, we're still on the bridge, by the way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Like you go just like a little north, go up, and then that's where you like just go to a side map where Benny and Clyde are. Then you come back, and that's the bridge.
Yeah. And then we make our way downtown.
Yes.
Walking fast.
Neketsu Monogatari.
Faces past.
And
we're homebound.
Knuckles of Brass.
Doodle 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 doodle.
Yeah. So the next place we work our way towards is the warehouse.
Yes, the WSL company warehouse.
Yes. So at the WSL company, which I think stands for We Stand Louise. I don't know who Louise is, but I'm pretty sure that's what it stands for.
I'm looking it up. I don't believe that.
I don't believe it either. So we go here, do some fighting, and this is this area introduces the player to how freaking terrible jumping is in River City Ransom. Climbing up the boxes, going through the warehouse is a little bit like sort of like a jump puzzle, but if you don't do it in the exact right way, you just keep bouncing off of walls and bouncing off of like everything, off of boxes and everything. So it does get a little annoying if you're not used to how the jumping actually works in this game.
Yeah, it sucks.
Thankfully, there's only one other place in the game where you have to jump, and it's not even required.
Yeah.
So
I couldn't find where it says anything what WSL stands for. I don't entirely believe what you said.
Well, considering the fact that people weren't saying "we stan" back in the 80s, I highly doubt that's what it stood for.
But I have no proof that you're lying, so yeah. So I don't know. I'm just gonna go back to singing Michelle Branch.
That's fine.
Making my way downtown.
People to see, babies to kiss.
I am nearly certain that that's not how it goes.
That's a good friend of mine. His name is Brack the Man.
Okay.
It
sounded a little bit like CLZ.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Brack played through the entire Nintendo 64 library on stream.
Beautiful.
With actual hardware, he owns the full library, including like The big ones, like Sculptor's
It's
Cut.
if you compare prices of entire libraries, I think N64 still reigns as one of the cheapest. Still,
Oh yeah, and there's only
so
like 285 or something like that.
it's really little.
But he also archived all of the streams, and he's been uploading them up on YouTube, which is fucking great.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah, he's like full streams, like 6-hour videos he's uploading. It's great.
That's awesome.
I put him on while I'm going to bed. And he has like text to speech, and he has a emote, because Twitch is really good at having their affiliates have emotes with their names. It's Brack TH, and it's a picture of a cow, so it's Brack Milkers.
Nice.
So I donate like $1 in bits, and his text to speech would just say Brack Milkers for a good 35 seconds. Because I just spam it. It'd be great. I'll be laying in bed like watching it, falling asleep, and I'll hear Brack Milkers, Brack Milkers, Brack Milkers. But after the warehouse, and we have that horrible jumping puzzle, we fight another boss.
Rocco.
He's a wallaby.
Yes, and this is the story about his life, his modern life.
Yeah, he lives next to, I think they're frogs or toads.
Yeah, and his best friend's a cow.
Heifer and Filbert.
A male cow named Heifer.
Yeah, and he has a dog named Spunky, who in the one episode he gets so fat that his feet don't touch the ground. I love Rocco's Modern Life.
Man, I miss those shows so hard.
All right, hold on. Top 3 Nicktoons. Go.
All right. Rocco, of course. Doug.
Okay.
And Ren and Stimpy.
Okay. Solid. I would actually keep Rocco and Ren and Stimpy as 3 and 2. I'm gonna swap out Doug for the Angry Beavers.
I never got into Angry Beavers.
Oh, so good.
I was already kind of like over that hump, and I was watching other things at that point.
So good.
We'll have to do next. We'll have to do Toonami. That's Toonami shows. But not now. We go.
Oh no, let's go. So yeah, we fight Rocco. He's kind of easy. In general, this game is pretty easy if you're playing it on like the normal difficulty, or if you have Dragon Feet.
Yeah. Or both.
Or if you're not high.
I didn't even need to cheat.
Yeah.
So after we beat Rocco, Rocco does say that Blade is waiting for us in Sherman Park.
Mm-hmm.
So this is really the only part of the game where we have to backtrack.
Yeah.
So we have to go back. Sherman Park is right after Grotto Mall, which is Sticksville 2, I think. So you go back to there, and you go up. Fight off the gang, and Blade is like the first like boss who can whoop your ass if you are not paying attention.
Yeah, no, yeah. This is like the first the first hurdle to really get over.
Yeah.
But he's not too bad. You just got to pay attention and drop your Dragon Feet. But yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the bosses can actually be beat really easy if you like stand on something, like kind of lure them to you, then jump up onto something, whether it's a column, a bench, a wall, a fence,
rail,
whatever, and then you jump down and you just kick on the way down, and it just knocks them over.
Most of them can be cheesed.
And repeat. Yeah.
Like a lot of this fighting in this game in general could be cheesed.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, Blade tells you if we want to beat Slick, you'll have to go through Thor first.
Yes.
The God of Thunder himself.
Yes. But there are actually quite a few bosses in between. Now and Thor.
I mean, Chris Hemsworth is kind of busy these days. I don't think they got him to reprise his role.
No, not in this one. I think this one may have been Natalie Portman. I think.
Okay. I mean,
I could be wrong.
I mean, she's a babe. She's also very boobular.
Oh, goodness.
I'm the talent. Making my way downtown.
So then, so after here, we forward track, back through the warehouse. We get to the other side of the warehouse, and we go through the tunnel.
The Armstrong Thruway is what it's called, Travis.
Yes,
and there's fucking zombies.
Yes, the zombies are here. This is actually a throwback to Earthbound on the Super Nintendo. Um,
Go on.
so anywho, this is actually the location of the game's only real like secret. So if you walk up, I think it's the third overhead light. If you go up there, a door opens and you can go into the shop, and it's Merlin's secret shop.
Fun
Um,
fact:
I've
this is the crossover with Kingdom Hearts.
I've never bought a damn thing from this place ever,
I don't think I ever
ever.
did.
Last time I checked into it, it's like, I mean, this stuff is all really expensive,
It
and it's
is.
just not enough bang for your buck out of like what it actually does for you. I don't remember what any of it does, but
No, you're right.
all right.
But we have another boss.
Yes, we have this screen and the next screen have two bosses, and they don't seem to actually have a defined order.
No.
Sometimes one pops before the other one, so you might have to go to the next screen, fight that boss, and come back and fight this boss. Weird. The bosses I think are Turk Turkleton and
Thank
Mojo
you.
Nixon.
Thank
Turk
you.
Turkleton and Mojo Nixon.
Thank you. Every time I do anything with the name Turk, I'll
It's
always
not
say
gonna be Turk Turkleton.
I always say Turk Turkleton, and then my immediate response after that is, "Sir, did you believe my name was Turk Turkleton?"
But you think my first name was Turk?
Oh, it's
Like,
such.
yes.
I love
Who,
Scrubs.
who has two thumbs and doesn't give a crap? This guy.
Bob Kelso.
Okay, so
Yeah, no, Scrubs. It's a soft
sit,
spot for me.
sit, Rowdy. Good boy.
I want a stuffed dog.
I would. I don't want to stuff. I want as any stuffed dog. I want like the Rowdy from the show.
Like
That's it.
like I would not get my dog stuffed, but if I found like a taxidermy dog somewhere else, I'd probably buy it.
If I found somebody else's dog, I'm kidding, people. I would not do that. That is not okay. That's I. No, I have no need to have dead animals in my house of any form that I'm not going to eat.
Good save.
Thanks.
But yeah, so we have Turk and Mojo.
Yes.
They're kind of
Here's my
easy.
home. Yep. And even if like just my one playthrough that I did for this that I actually completed, I had died and gone back and had things pop up in different orders. Like it's just okay.
I mean, it's 1989 Nintendo.
Yep.
Yeah, coding wasn't the best back then. It's still not the best now, but this was in a time when games were released, and if there was bugs, they weren't fixed.
Yeah. No choice. Just went out that way.
Ship it.
So now we come up to the Flatirons Mall.
Mhm.
Flatirons Mall is the best because it has the cowboy boots or the Texas boots.
Yeah.
Which is agility and kick for
Damage.
days.
Yeah. You get them from the Happy Feet shoes.
$100.
Yeah,
it's expensive.
It is, but it's worth
They're
getting.
very expensive.
Very, very worth getting.
Yep.
Then we just go downtown.
Yeah, and we go just fight more gangs and make our way to the the seventh tire company, the abandoned seventh tire warehouse.
No, it's a Third Wheel Factory.
Third wheel. Thank you. I don't know,
Yeah.
seventh tire. I'm an idiot.
Yeah, like,
Third wheel company, Third Wheel Factory.
yeah, like if we ever
And-
invite somebody else on the cast, there'll be the third wheel.
Well, and chances are I will be the third wheel at that point. But
I'm the
talk about that
I'm the important one.
exactly, you're the one who makes people laugh. I'm the one who actually plays games and talks about things.
I am the talent.
And by when I say I play games, I mean I like rush through them like I was doing a let's play and forget everything. Anywho, so this factory, as I mentioned before, when we were talking about the warehouse, this factory sucks if you are trying to go back. This is the location of the worst gap in the game. There have been times where it has taken me so basically what happens, you walk in, there's kind of a pit that leads down to another level. You go down there, you take an elevator up to the other side, and then you move on. Problem is, if you have to go back, there's no way to get back besides jumping over the gap. So jumping over that gap is like frame perfect.
Yeah.
And is so annoying. I have spent like 20 good minutes doing that in previous playthroughs, trying to go
I
back to them all.
I had a lot of money, and I was actually going to go back to Merlin's to see what I might even want to buy. I gave up.
Yeah,
I'm
it
like,
is
nah.
not. It's if it was like maybe 10 pixels wider, it would be a world of difference. But it is such a gigantic pain. It's one of the worst jumps. Like, I think on the entire NES, at least
Yeah,
of
it's
games
pretty
that have
bad.
played it, is one of the most ridiculously painful jumps to make.
It's almost as bad as the underwater levels in Ninja Turtles.
I never minded them. I
I
never
hated
had any
them.
problems
Oh,
with
no.
the underwater levels. We should do that. We should one shot that sometime. I think that would be a blast.
You know what else was a pain in the ass? The levels.
Everybody's
Well, yeah.
no.
The levels in Earthworm Jim 2 where you're in the bubble, in the glass ball.
Oh,
Those were a
those are
pain.
those are just annoying. Like that's like I love Earthworm Jim to death, but oh my goodness, those were no.
They were harsh.
I do not want to revisit that at all.
No. But I'm down to play Turtles. We could play it on Steam.
Sure.
Well, no, they have the Cowbunga collection.
I said I have that. I have that on the Switch.
Oh, do you?
I do. It's pulling out all my Switch games, all like 10 of them.
I don't know how many I have.
I have. Here you go, Cowabunga collection. Woo!
It's not something I own on the Switch yet.
And while we're showing off Ninja Turtles, also got my VHS copy of Shredder's Revenge.
Nice.
I love like this is probably the best packaging of any game I've ever got. It's fantastic. Anywho, so yeah, now we next screen after that stupid jump is Thor's place.
Yeah, the boobular Thor.
Thor,
Easy.
Thor needs to find better places to hang out.
Yeah.
Like, why would you just like? I don't know. It just seems kind of not. It's kind of stupid to be like just hanging out in a random abandoned factory.
Fun fact: you can knock him in the pit, and then you have to leave and come back to fight him again.
Yeah, he has to die the actual correct way, otherwise his text won't trigger, and therefore it won't trigger the event for going forward.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Bad coding. That's worse than in Lunar. If it's a boss, but the boss music isn't playing, you could just run. It's worse than that.
I would say that it's not necessarily bad coding, but probably just an oversight.
Yeah, probably.
I don't want to say like like they had the game, like the studio is staffed entirely with juniors and they've tried to produce a AAA game. I would say more of just probably just an oversight.
It probably is.
So.
But
and it could have been design oversight. It could have been like everything worked exactly how they intended to, and then somebody put a stupid pit in the damn level, not thinking about the fact that the bosses need to die properly.
Yeah, probably.
Same with Moose.
Yeah.
Moose has the same issue. But
so or Thor's real easy. He could be cheesed. After that, we're making our way to mall number 3.
4.
4.
This is it. This is the last mall. Oak Hill.
Oak Hill, yeah.
Yeah, so here's just pretty much food and stuff. Just coming up is the best grind spot in the game. So like this is kind of the last your last bastion for statting up and everything and just making sure you're ready to go for what's to come.
Yeah, we have a couple screens here. We
next screen we have one screen, really.
Well, we have the first small screen and the second one.
Yeah, you're right.
So we got you buy Grand Slam technique here too,
which is what Grand Slam does is where your like Dragon Feet and Stone Fist are like 3 kicks or punches respectively. Grand Slam is 3 weapon swings.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing to pick up.
Yes.
And
also the key to cheesing literally everything in a 2-player game.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Just stand on sides and Grand Slam and just that's it.
I also bought a lot of Karma Jolts as well. from the drugstore. I like drugs.
Yeah, we know.
And then we have Benny and Clyde Fight 2.
Yes. And this right here is the best spot to grind in the game. These two are a pushover again, and they drop $7.
Yeah.
And you can just leave the screen and come back and get another. And they're just so easy that you can just
like one
get all the money.
One triple hit with a trash can takes them out. It's really easy.
And so the screen that you fight them is right outside also of the sauna.
Yeah, let's see some butt cheeks.
Yes, you can go to the sauna and you can find out the reason why this game got an AO rating when it first released in America. And by that, I mean it didn't have a rating because we didn't have the ESRB during those days.
Yeah, but butt cheeks.
Yes, you can see Alex and Ryan's butt cheeks as they're in the sauna. I'm hoping they're 18. I don't want to cross that at all, but
they're probably not 18.
Butts. Butts. It's just like it's like a line down and 2 lines across.
It's literally an L and a J.
Yes.
But yeah,
it's awesome though.
And then we're gonna go to good old Burb Village for a second.
Burb Village.
For yet nothing really. You just go there.
Yep. It's just a place. But what's next?
River City High.
River City High.
This
is where Slick is.
We've officially made our way downtown.
Yes, sir.
It's time to walk fast.
It is.
Bases are passing. We can be homebound.
It's time. We're gonna walk fast with Grand Slam and a chain, and just destroy everybody.
I'm here to kick bubblegum and chew ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
All right, so
I'm just gonna ignore that.
So yes, we're at River City High. I forget, was there a boss outside of River City High?
No.
Or was it just the game? Okay.
Oh no, yeah, no. Wasn't it Ivan?
Ivan? Okay, yes. That
makes
sense.
Yeah. We have to fight Ivan before the gates open.
And once again, pretty much pushovers. There's only really 2 bosses in this game that are not pushovers. Well, technically 3. Sorry.
And surprise, the final boss is a pushover.
Yeah, final boss sucks. So we go in. We're in the gym. We're in the gym at River City, and we fight whatever gang is there. And then Otis shows up.
He's French. It's Otis. Thank you very much.
Otis.
Otis.
I don't think the S is.
Otis.
But
it's classy.
although he's not hard to beat. He does hurt if you let him get hits in.
Yeah.
I mean, right now I think most of what the enemies pack is damage, even if it's not, even if they're easy to beat. If you're not paying attention, if you mess up a button press, they can punch you in the mouth and it hurts.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
Yeah.
That's to be honest with you, there's a lot of empty screens where all you do is fight some people.
Mm-hmm.
And it's boss after boss after boss.
Yeah, so you go to the next floor. The next floor is just gang.
Yeah.
The next floor is the Cowboys and Tex.
Good old taxes.
Tex. This dude guy, if he knocks you down, you're pretty much dead.
Oh yeah, he's gonna beat the piss out of you.
He will throw you and run and throw you and run and throw you and run until you're dead. This is the one thing that you kind of get introduced to during the first Benny and Clyde fight. If you're unlucky or you're new, stun locking. You can get stun locked pretty easily in this game. Yeah. But you'll learn to deal with it pretty quickly, I think. So, and then the real boss fight of the game.
Yeah, this was like the end of Gears of War 2. or Gears of War 1, whatever one you fight General Rom at the end, where that's like the actual boss fight, and then you got another boss fight after that, which is the fuck is your problem? I'm the talent.
Dad, Tom Cruise won't come out of the closet.
I don't know. I never played Gears of War.
They're fun. The only reason I haven't completed all the achievements is serious. There's an achievement called Seriously, and it's just ridiculously stupid to get. But no, we got to fight Randy and Andy.
Randall and Andrew, the Dragon
Randy.
Twins. And this is probably one of the greatest Easter eggs of the generation. Is when the boss fight starts for Randy and Andy, instead of the regular River City Ransom boss music, what happens? Double Dragon music.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because if you were unaware, Technos Japan, the developer of Kunio-kun up until like 95 or so, was the developer of Double Dragon. They made Double Dragon, so Randy and Andy, the Dragon Twins, are the Double Dragons of Billy and Jimmy.
It's Bibby.
Bibby and Jibby?
Jimmy and Bibby.
Fuck Bibby.
There's a strongman named Iron Bibby. He's very.
I was
very
thinking
long.
of a different one.
No, there's the mistranslation in what 2?
Oh, I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't played that in 30 years. But yeah. So this
Jimmy and Bimmy.
Oh, Jimmy and Bimmy. Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, the Double Dragon music plays and it's glorious, and Randy and Andy will like smash your damn face in.
Yeah, they will.
This is the only time in the game that I needed to use items.
Yeah, yeah. They'll toss you a lot.
Yeah, and you can cheese them if you're extremely lucky. You need your triple hit. You need decent stats. And you need to have your positioning like nearly perfect. And you can get it so they will never even be able to swing on you. But it is tricky as hell to actually get correct. At least it was for me.
You can actually attack them while they're still talking too.
Oh yeah. All the bosses you can knock them out before
they're even done flapping the gums.
Yep. It's villain syndrome. It's like the big bad villain trying to kill or trying to taunt James Bond with like a laser that's going to take 20 minutes to touch his nutsack. But in that meantime, while he doesn't shut up, James Bond has time to escape.
Yeah.
That's basically the same thing. So while they're talking, just destroy them as much as you can. But then they will get up and fight you immediately after.
Yeah.
So prepare.
That's how it works.
Yep. But yeah, the music when I realized that this playthrough, and I actually realized what was going on, I was like, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Double Dragon music is great.
Yeah. Not as good as River City Ransom in my opinion, but
no. Well, Nintendo
different, yeah.
Nintendo Double Dragon is not as good as River City Ransom, but the music in Super Double Dragon on the Super Nintendo is phenomenal.
Yes.
Phenomenal. That game is phenomenal, by the way.
Oh yeah, that game's really good. Never beat it, but it's really,
hard.
Really
I like when you get your meter all the way up and you Hulk out and you're just walking around.
Yeah.
But we are at the end of the game now, Travis, are we not?
Yes, we are. So we climb up to the final floor of River City High, which is the roof. Apparently you go back.
Yeah, and
you go
Cindy.
back to another room, and Cindy's in there, and she gets pissed off because she's missing out on time shopping, which makes me double, question why we're actually here doing this, if that's her concern. Anywho, up to the roof,
and we fight Simon.
Slick/Simon.
Yeah,
Simon was the bad guy from Double Dragon, wasn't it?
I believe so.
So they call him Simon and Slick both up here. So definitely either mistranslations or they just copy pasted something. I don't know.
Probably a little bit of both, but he's easy.
He is.
Once
you get him down once he gets knocked down, you can just do the same trick of like sit there and keep either punching or swinging or kicking. while he's trying to get up, and he just won't actually succeed. He'll just keep getting knocked down.
Yeah, and then that's it.
Yeah, that's the game.
You know, when I was younger, I used to play the shit out of this game, and I played for hours. And now that I'm older, I'm like, oh, you could have beat it in like 2 hours. The fuck was I doing when I was a kid? And it does come back to, like, years and years and years ago. It's not like I got new games all the time.
Right.
It's not like I have, probably at least 30 to 40 unopened Switch games on the shelf next to me.
At the very least.
Probably, yeah. And then on the other shelf, I got PlayStation and Xbox, which that's probably pretty high too, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
I have a problem,
Yeah.
Travis.
I know, that's okay.
It's more cowbell.
So one couple things that I do want to mention, before we shut up entirely. So for the music for this game, this game actually has one of my all-time favorite soundtracks.
Understandable.
And it's like at the point, like if I was taken hostage and they were they wanted to torture me, and they said, your torture is going to be that we're going to just play one single song from the River City Ransom soundtrack over and over and over until you crack, I would be like ecstatic. I'd be like, let's do it. Let's go. I'm all for this.
Yeah,
I just love this freaking soundtrack. To me, this exemplifies, the NES in terms of sound, and I think,
yeah, no, they did something really good with the music on this game. They really did.
Yep.
More people should play this game. I
think so.
And like I love beat 'em ups. I really do. And there's a lot of them. There's a lot of bad ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a lot of good ones. But there's a lot of good ones that have come out recently, including River City Girls 1 and 2. Which River City Girls 1 did not have online co-op for some reason, but 2 does. But you got like Shredder's Revenge. Phenomenal game. They just came out with DLC for it. Scott Pilgrim.
Scott Pilgrim, yep.
Which is probably my favorite beat 'em up of all time, actually.
I would say that's probably, I haven't played, I did get to start a little bit of it, but I haven't played through as much as I would like to. But I know it is definitely one of the most polished beat 'em ups ever.
The music,
the Anamanaguchi is just ridiculous.
The whole package of itself is just phenomenal. And I could talk about this game forever. I played it on the Xbox 360 many, many years ago. And then it got delisted. And I dug out an old Xbox 360 because you couldn't download it to like an Xbox One. So I had to dig out my old Xbox 360, install it, order new controllers because the controllers I had were nowhere in sight, just to play it. And then it got announced for, Steam, Nintendo, everything. And I'm just so excited. I have it on multiple platforms right now.
Yeah, in my opinion, I think River City Ransom is probably maybe like the third best beat 'em up of that generation. I think bested only by probably Battletoads and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. I think those are the only two games from that generation that I would put above that.
I would put it above Battletoads. And that's solely based off of how fucking hard Battletoads is.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
Battletoads is just it's Nintendo hard. It's hard for the sake of being hard so you could play the game more. And that was a big thing in the 80s and 90s. Like, hey, people are spending, $50, $60 for a video game in 1980s and 1990s.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to make it balls hard so they can just keep playing it and they feel like they got their money's worth.
Yeah.
And there's so many games that do that. Fuck them all. God damn it.
And I think probably like some of the other ones that I think are also, speaking of just great beat 'em ups that we also had back then, but Final Fight was also really good. both Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles in Time, which probably capped the SNES for beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
And then Hyperstone Heist was also ridiculously freaking good on the Genesis.
Oh god, yeah. Highly
So-
overlooked game.
Yeah.
Solely based off the fact that it was only on the Genesis.
Mhm.
And I don't know. I know a lot of people that had Super Nintendo. I didn't know too many of my friends besides me and like one other that actually had a Genesis that played the Genesis.
Mhm.
But Sega does what Nintendo don't. And for some odd reason, Sega doesn't make consoles anymore.
Honestly, well, maybe we should record like a one-off. If we can record a one-off on that, because I mean, I could sit here and just wax poetic about how much I love the Saturn, but how big of a misstep it was.
I think the big thing with the Saturn was like, oh, by the way, it's out today.
That was a bad thing, and it was just like so prohibitively expensive.
I don't. I never owned a Saturn. Growing up, when I had to make the decision of do I want a Saturn or do I want the PlayStation for my birthday, luckily I said the PlayStation, and not the Sega Saturn. And then but yeah, in an age where the internet wasn't readily available,
Mhm.
you're gonna be like, oh yeah, here's the new Sega console, the Sega Saturn. It's out today. You have no way to market that
Yeah,
at all.
but let me tell you, man. September 9th, 1999. Love me some Dreamcast.
I know.
The Dreamcast was like, I don't know. I still feel like the Dreamcast was the last console to really take a metric crapload of risks and produce uniqueness after uniqueness. And I will fight to the death on that.
The only other system that of recent years that made anything unique was the Wii U,
Yeah.
and that was a flop too.
Yep.
But the Wii U failed, so the Switch could be phenomenal.
Yeah. But yeah.
Yeah, no, I love the Dreamcast. I remember my brother worked at Walmart when it came out, and I had some money saved up. I gave him like $300. They had a package deal at Walmart. It was a Dreamcast, an extra controller, a VMU, Sonic Adventure 1, Power Stone 1, and I think NFL 2K.
Okay.
And I'm like, here, bring this home.
Yeah.
And he brought it home, and I still had like $80 left because at that time Walmart gave their employees a good fucking discount. And I'm like, nonstop. That's all I did. Dreamcast.
I love it. And it was the first console to do online play well.
Oh, SegaNet was way ahead of its time.
SegaNet was a lot better than the original incarnation of Xbox Live by leaps and fucking bounds.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh yeah, and PSN.
Yeah. And it was like, you know, the games that came out for it that were just, even the ones that looked terrible were still like really unique and really like ingenious and you know, just brought some newness to gaming. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
With you know, like Seventh Cross Evolution. Game looks like the hottest of trash, but it's amazing. Like that game is freaking awesome.
What game was that?
Seventh Cross Evolution. It's like, do you remember Evo, the Search for Eden for SNES?
Oh yeah, I know. I just wanted to see what the
Take that, but make it more like scientific.
I remember this game.
Yeah, I love it. I have it right back here, and I love it. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
Even look at fucking the Evolution, the World's Sacred Device.
Yes, dude.
Like that game looked like hot shit too. It was not a great game as far as graphic goes,
but it was fun.
It was fun, and it had procedurally generated levels.
And skies, and elemental gimmick gear, and Grandia 2, and Blue Stinger was a ridiculously solid survival horror.
Excuse me, Seaman? Anyone?
Z-Man was great.
Uh,
Z-Man was like, what the hell is this? This is so much fun.
Speaking
But
of
yeah,
speaking of Seaman, Brack, the man was streaming Seaman last week.
nice. That's awesome.
But yeah, no, like the Dreamcast was way ahead of its time.
I think so, and it's a shame that it's no longer. And like I hear people all the time say or type things like, well, at least now we have Sega games on other consoles, but like we don't have like those crazy off the wall, like just bonkers ideas that somehow worked. We don't have those anymore from them.
By the way, Sting Entertainment re-release Evolution 1 and 2, the World of Sacred Device. You bums.
Oh, I thought you said they did release. I'm like, what?
No, they need to.
Okay. Yes.
And SNK was the publisher on that as well.
Mm.
But yeah, no, like
Yeah,
Dreamcast was phenomenal.
For main character of Evolution was Mag Launcher. Like
Yeah.
all their names were like
They're really
weapons.
dumb.
Yeah, they're like based on weapons. So like
Yeah, mag launcher, linear cannon, grenade, pepper box, chain gun, and the best weapon of them all, Eugene Leopold.
It's awesome.
And then there was the sequel. Let's take a look at some. They don't even have their names listed here. But yeah, no, like
yeah, it's I miss that stuff. And like, yes, I get that we have these kind of just harebrained ideas from indies and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like it's not, there are very few indies that have like a full like 1 to 100 in terms of it, of like a full game. A lot of indies that I find enjoyment in are very much so like smaller defined gameplay loops, but that kind of expand in smaller ways. Stuff like roguelikes,
Yeah.
Or like stuff like like Graveyard Keeper, or Stardew. It's like, yes, it's defined, but it's not like this. It's not like you start here and you go through this massive adventure. It's not that AAA length that I think that really entices me. And I know there are some of them. I'm not saying there's not. It's just
I didn't know this, but Evolution 1 and 2 re-released on the GameCube.
They did?
Evolution Worlds.
That's right. That's right.
I did not know that.
I'm going to look it up on my phone, so I'm not typing. This is how you're supposed to do it. So go to price.
That's where I'm going.
Parking.com. Because if it's being slow.
It's actually a complete in box. It's only $28.
Dang, I am. Well, let's actually see what it is on eBay.
I might order a copy of this soon.
Huh? $20, 6 shipping? No, I'm not. Go away, jackass. I mean,
yeah.
Oh, no manual. I ain't doing that. I'll look later, but that's actually really good to know. I'm going to pick those up for sure.
Yeah, I did not realize that was out on the GameCube. I could play it on the GameCube I bought from you.
No, you can't.
I know.
Well, tell me when to come up, dude. Been trying to do this for like a decade.
Actually, I can play them on the GameCube. The only thing you didn't send me was the fucking controller.
I know.
I have control. I play Smash Brothers.
Oh yeah. All right, whatever.
But I think we've had a fun time on the cast today. We've been going for about 15, 20 minutes.
That's okay.
But
before we end, Adam, what's next, buddy?
By the way, I'm almost done with it.
Super Mario RPG.
Yeah. It's actually not that long of a game.
No, it's not. They didn't like remake it. They just kind of like rebuilt it.
Well, they remade it. They added some
Same.
post credits end game content. But no, in general, like Super Mario RPG itself isn't a long game. I'm not saying
No.
that it.
Nope.
And having a lot of fun, Travis.
Good. So where do you want to play to first, since you're already past it?
We could do 2 stars.
Just maybe go up to. Where's the second star? Is that's what's his name? The Arrow Bowyer?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
So that gives us Mario, Gino, Mario, Gino, and Mallow.
Yeah. Fuck Mallow.
Is he still terrible?
They didn't change him.
It's a little bastard.
Not only that, they left the and now I'm not even up to that boss, but there's a boss where you could kind of one shot with Gino's spells.
Mm-hmm.
They left that glitch in the game.
I kind of like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. It keeps it true to its keeps it true to its roots.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, we're gonna be playing that. I will probably be done with that very, very soon, to be honest.
Just one shot this the next episode.
I'll be able to if you want
That's
to.
like gonna be a 3-hour cast.
That's okay.
But so Adam, where can they find you on the interwebs?
Twitter and Instagram at Break the Backlog, because Breaking the Backlog is too long. On the TikTok, Breaking the Backlog, YouTube, Breaking the Backlog, Twitch, Breaking the Backlog. That's really about it.
Okay.
Travis, where can they find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at SodaXBread. You can find me on Blue Sky at sodaxbread.bsky.social. You can find me on Twitch at SodaXBread, and you can find me on this podcast at Travis.
Come again?
Blew your mind.
Yeah, the podcast is at Sitescope Pod.
Sure, they probably know that if they're listening to this already.
Probably, and if you're watching this on the YouTube, you could even join the Discord, because there's a link in the description. Come hang out.
We'll be there.
But that's gonna be it. We'll see you in the next episode. Deuces, or whatever the kids say these days.
Quattros.
Excuse me?
What?
Wieners.